topic I chose is handheld game consoles and the uncertain future I believe they have. So the history of handheld game consoles, the first one came out around 1989 and it was created by Atari and it's known as the Lynx. It was originally called the Epyx and was created by Handy Game, but it was redone by Atari. Following this was the close release of the Game Boy Color, which is known as the most successful handheld game console. Now, the Nintendo Game Boy revolutionized handheld gaming and still is one of the most successful releases of handheld gaming. It was very simple and very there wasn't much to it. It was a green blurry screen. There was black. There's no color, but what really made it was the games, the classics, the Tetris, the Pac-Man, the Galaga, Nintendo's claim to fame, Pokemon itself. The success of handheld game consoles, the success of Nintendo Game Boy shows that it's not the console itself that makes it great, because the first handheld Atari had color. It had a better screen, but it was the games which made the handheld consoles and which made people want to like them. So Sony enters the handheld gaming industry in 2004 with their PSP, and it knocks all other handheld gaming consoles out of the water because it's just the sheer processing power, and it's like having your actual stationary console with you on the go. However, it still struggles with graphic capabilities because it's hard to have that much power in a handheld console, but it cannot beat the claim to fame that the Game Boy already has, and Sony eventually, of course, rivals with Nintendo. And there was a large comparison between the two because many people thought that the PSP was going to completely blow Nintendo away with their new console, the DS, which was dual screen mobile gaming device. And a famous gaming company known as IGN did a comparison between the two. So the PSP versus the DS, the screen in the PSP was much better, and the processing power was higher, and the battery life, however, was the only difference between the two, and the DS would beat it. So downfall of the handheld console. After a while, all the hype of handheld consoles has fallen down. Not many people are that interested anymore, and Sony doesn't want to release any more handheld consoles. They think the PSP Vita 2 would be a waste of money, and that part of the industry is sort of falling because of piracy, and many people are pirating these mobile games because it's so easy, and you can download them onto your computer and play them for free. And that's costing the industry over a combined $41 billion, which is why Sony wants to get out of that. Possible revival of handheld gaming. The Nintendo recently released something called the Nintendo Switch, which was a combination between a stationary gaming console and a mobile gaming console. And they thought that this would revolutionize gaming and make them relevant again, like they tried to do with the Wii and the Wii U. And so it seems kind of like a gimmick, but it could also be revolutionary, and it could save the industry, and it could lead Sony and maybe Microsoft to create their own mobile gaming that will bring back mobile consoles. So, in conclusion, the idea of bringing the joy video games people get on the go was a great idea. The Game Boy really captured that. But video games started becoming more advanced. People stopped liking like the bad processing powers, the slow games, the lack of games on mobile consoles, and I believe it's going to eventually fail. I think the Nintendo Switch was a great concept, but it won't save the industry, and I think the only thing that will last is Nintendo and their claim to fame of Pokemon.